Outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me. Still with the dogs that I grew beside. All the niggas round me, die. Gotta watch the time, cause it's flying right.
Guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're not. We're just getting right into the video. We're starting off with ISEE Hair. They sent me over this 28-inch 150 density, I believe is 13 by 6 frontal wig, and we're gonna get right into the items that I'll be using for this tutorial. Make sure you have a firming spray. Obviously, you're gonna need your bleaching developer mix. You're gonna need your ISOPLUS neutralizing shampoo, Shimmering light shampoo. I'm using a LIMECRIME color. And the back shows you, depending on how light your hair is, what the color will come out like. I'm trying to go, my aim is either 1 or 2. You need obviously your combs, some rubber bands, and some foil. So the first thing I'm gonna do is part the hair off. I'm gonna section off 3 parts of the front of the hair because I just find it's like so much better to like section and part things off. So I'm sectioning off the part that I'm going to be bleaching and coloring. Yeah, so I start in the center, then I work from the left to the right, and I just get all of those pieces of hair into a ponytail. Right, so once I have my ponytail to my liking, I'm going to take my Got2b spray and I'm just going to spray around outside of the perimeter of the ponytail that we have, because I'm going to slick the rest of the hair back into a ponytail, and I don't want any flyaways in my way, and I don't want to get any bleach on that hair outside of our part. Alright, so before I get to bleaching, I like to make sure that I comb the hair out really well. And this part is pretty self-explanatory. All I'm doing is applying the bleach. I start on the bottom and I work my way up to the top. I'm not bringing the bleach all the way up to the top because I did want a little bit of a root. You can obviously do this and bring your bleach all the way up to the top. There's different ways to do this skunk patch trend. But for this particular look, I just wanted it to be a little bit of root child, you know. And when you're getting up to the top, make sure that you do like diagonal motion, so that it's just not like a straight line across, because that's not cute. Okay, we want a cute little like transition between the root color and our colored section. But yeah, I'm just making sure I'm combing that bleach all the way through. You want to make sure that you are combing the bleach all the way through. You want everything to be nicely saturated so you get a nice, even, lightened piece of hair, child. Okay? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to just keep on sectioning the hair, making sure that I'm getting that bleach on nice and even. I'm taking my time so that it can be as neat as possible. Also, side note, I have garbage bags underneath me because you do not want to get this on your wood floors. This will mess up your floors, all right? So just protect your floors, child. I just need to put that out there.
Your fragrance, hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit, and I know your taste is a little bit, high maintenance, everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice.
Alright, so once I had all of my sections bleached, I went ahead and divided it into threes and just put it in some foil so that the hair could process. Now I'm just going to section out without any rhyme or reason. Just section out some pieces in the hair where I want pops of pink as well. I decided that I didn't just want the pink in the front. I kind of wanted it to be throughout the hair as well. So I'm just going to section some hair out so that I can have a slither. On this side, I did it in between, so that's why I sectioned out a portion of hair on the top. I'm going to just section off a top piece of hair and a bottom piece of hair and just have a piece of hair in the middle left over, because the piece of hair in the middle is where I want the pink. I hope I explained that right, because I was trying to figure out how I was going to explain what I'm doing. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm just going to do that, and I do it on both sides. I hope it makes sense. Piece of hair on the top, piece of hair on the bottom, move those out the way. Section off the piece of hair you're gonna color, you know, and keep it pushing. I can't braid for nothing. I don't know why I was trying to braid, y'all. This is a struggle braid. I can't braid to save my life, but yeah, that's all I'm doing. I do it on both sides. I think on the other side I did it a little bit more. And I pulled a piece of hair from the back as well, because I wanted like a little piece of pink coming from the back. But yeah, you can, this is optional. You could like really like do this up the way you want to do it up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all up to you, sis. As long as you're sectioning out your hair and everything is nice and neat, you're going to be just fine.
Your fragrance, hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit, and I know your taste is a little bit, high maintenance, everybody else basic, you live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice, if I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs, dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy, there's blood in my pen, better yet with your friends and them, I really wanna know you all, I really wanna show you off. Pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good game home is sorry. They say conversation rule a nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice, put it in a song. Alright. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And I know just what you want. Poetic justice, put it in a song. Alright.
Alright, so I went ahead off camera and just bleached those pieces of hair that we pulled out. You see how everything is nice and sectioned and out of the way, so that I didn't get bleach in places that I did not want bleach to be. This is very important. And just, I like to use rubber bands, but you can use clips as well. So I did go out and run errands. So the bleach and sat in the hair and process for maybe like 2.5 3 hours, and this is as light as it got. So I'm just taking it out the foil and just looking at everything. But you see how everything is nice and even. There's no like dark patches or light patches anywhere. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I did wash the hair, and I'm just going to do a test patch in the back. My camera wasn't in focus, but I just wanted to do a touch patch to get an idea of what the color would look like. And yeah, You don't got to do this big of a patch, but I just wanted to see like what it was going to give, because I was a little bit, I kind of wanted to lift it a little bit more, so that's what I ended up doing. I went over every section that I bleached, and I just processed it again because I felt like it needed to be just a little bit lighter. I was scared to over process it, so I did just end up letting the bleach sit for like 40 minutes to an hour, but it probably could have sat for another 2 hours, but it doesn't matter because the outcome still was the outcome. But the reason why I wanted to bleach it again is because with pink, I ended up using 2 different types of pink, but the LIMECRIME pink, it is more of a red tone pink. And if you put it on hair that's not lifted enough, I felt like it was going to read more like orange. It wasn't going to read the bubblegum pink that I was going for. I was going for like a dark bubblegum pink. So that's why I decided to lift the hair once more, because it's nothing worse than bleaching the hair, putting your color on, and then you don't like the end result, and then you feel like you got to do it all over again. So I've been there before, trust and believe. I have been there so many times. So I was just like, I'm just going to take the initiative to double process the hair. No big deal. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to speed it up for you because it's pretty self-explanatory, y'all. But I am going in with a thick layer. This layer is a little bit thicker than the initial layer that I used. The initial mix that I used the first time, this layer is thicker. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Also, because somebody might ask, yes, when I wash the hair out, I left the rubber bands in. Do not take the rubber bands out until the very end, okay? Okay. All right, you guys, it's time to color the hair. And to answer your question, this was, I know somebody wants to know, this was not done in 1 or 2 days. Like, this was over the process of a couple of days. That's why you keep seeing, like, outside the window, it's light, then it's dark, it's light, then it's dark. I had the same shirt on because I kept putting on the same shirt because, like, when I'm, like, coloring hair, I just like to wear the same shirt because I just would rather not mess up multiple shirts. So, yeah. Anywho, I am going in with, what am I going in with? I think I'm using a Kiss color. Before I continue though, I do want to spray my lace with the Got2b just so that it doesn't get on the knots or whatever. Like, I just, you know, a protection barrier. But yeah, I'm going in with the Kiss Tintation Atomic Pink, and I'm using that on the first 2 sections in the back of the hair. I'm using it alone. And this is more of a blue tone pink. So this is a blue tone pink, and the LIMECRIME is a red tone pink. And so I decided to mix them together on several of the patches to get the color that I wanted. But yeah, I'm just making sure that I'm saturating it really well onto the hair, getting it in between the strands and everything like that. Also, I prefer to color on dry hair. Yeah, I prefer to start my colors on dry hair. Anywho, we're moving up to the top. This is the LIMECRIME by itself. So I'm going to lay the LIMECRIME down first, make sure it's nicely saturated into the hair, comb it out, and then on top of that, I go in with the Kiss color and mix it all up, mix it all together on the actual hair. And yeah, that's what I do throughout. On some pieces of hair, I just used the Kiss. On some pieces of hair, I just used the LIMECRIME. This is, you know, when it's time to get creative and mix it up and do, you know, do what you feel. So that's what I was doing. But yeah, so some pieces of hair was 2 colors mixed. Some pieces of hair was this color and the other color. Okay, and this is the final product. I let this color sit on the hair for about 2-3 hours, and then I washed it out, conditioned it, let it air dry, blow dried it, flat ironed and pressed it out. And this is the final result. Obviously, I did bleach the knots and pluck and, do all of that styling off of camera. And I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like on the wig head. For some reason, I could not get the roots to be like pink like the rest of the hair. And I was contemplating going back in and like fixing it. But then I was just like, no, Key, you're being too much of a perfectionist. Like, we're not doing that, child, because we're not professional. This is as good as it's gonna get, okay? But yeah, this is after I plucked it. I'm not the best at plucking, so like you're probably never gonna really see me try to tell y'all how to pluck because it's just not my thing. I mean, I do a pretty good job, but like I'm still learning, you know what I'm saying? And I still make mistakes because this side looks really good, but baby, on the other side, chill, I got a bald spot on the other side. I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show y'all. Can you see it? Can you see that bald spot? Look. It's right there. It's right there. And like, when this happens, you have to be real strategic on how you do your edges or baby hairs or whatever the case may be. This is the completed look. Granted, this is like a month later. This is like a month later, y'all, but this is what the hair looks like, okay? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kiki. I know I never come on camera. Some of you guys may have never seen me before behind the camera, but I'm trying to step outside of my comfort zone, child. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little montage / mini tutorial of how I achieved this hair. Shout out to LIMECRIME Hair for sponsoring this hair video. I have now had this hair for about a month now. I wore this hair for my birthday and it's in pretty good condition, as you can see. So I wanted to do a sit down video because I feel like, I don't know if I've ever done a sit down video on my channel. And if I have, it's just like long overdue. And it's just like so much I need to say. I don't really know like where I'm gonna start. I've been procrastinating this video because I just knew I was gonna have to get into some things and it was gonna be like a little bit uncomfortable for me and kind of like uncharted terrain. So I felt a little bit like uneasy and weird, child. I've been doing this video for like 3 weeks now. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't bring myself to do it, but I'm just like, girl, you have to do this video. So I guess it's kind of appropriate to kind of make this like a life update, like a where I've been video type of thing. I told y'all last year I was gonna do a sit down like life update where I've been, but you know it didn't happen and I'm sorry. But everybody who's tuning into this video, like, y'all are real. So as you know, 2019 I launched my business, Glow Up Academy, and it took off last year. It took off really fast, unexpectedly, and it's just a lot happened so fast that I really wasn't ready for. And so that's why last year you saw me absent from YouTube, because like I just couldn't, like I just could not grab the time to be on YouTube. I mean, I did make an effort, like I did post last year, but you could tell like I was just like away. I just couldn't do it. And the same kind of happened this year. Like, because of my business, I haven't been able to be consistently posting on Instagram, on YouTube. I just kind of like, you know, it's like 2020 and 2021 is like almost like so night and day as to like why I haven't been present on social media. Like 2020, I was just super busy, like business. Like it was work. And not to say that it wasn't like that this year, but it's just like different. Like last year was just super fast paced. Like it was crazy, you know, online e-commerce stores, like there was a boom for most online stores, and so all of my time was dedicated towards that. If you didn't know, last year I moved into, at the end of last year, almost a year ago, oh my god, I moved into a suite for my business, this big old suite for my business, where I have my inventory, I have my makeup studio where I was taking clients and filming YouTube videos and all that stuff. And yeah, that's where I've been, I guess. Like, I guess I can say, like, that's where I've been, just like, you know, trying to focus on like me and my business. But you know, 2021 for me, I feel like I experienced like the aftermath of 2020, where I know like a lot of you guys watching can relate, where like 2021 wasn't a bad year for you. 2020 was a bad year for a lot of people, right? But for me, like, it really wasn't that bad. My life really wasn't as affected, because for the most part, like, I stayed home. Like, I worked from home, I stayed home, I had very minimal travel requirements. Like, my life is like post office, supermarket, Target, you know what I mean? Thankfully, I didn't lose anybody close to me from you know who. You know, I mean, we had to adjust last year, but I was blessed enough to not have a bad year. I had a pretty good year, to be honest. This year, however, it's like the aftermath of and it's just a lot of things were affected. My business has been affected. My personal life has been affected, and it's maybe more so my personal life has been affected and like poured into my business. But like, yeah, like just like depression and like anxiety and being deep in it and not even realizing, you know, that like that was what I was experiencing. And anxiety looks so much, well, anxiety can look different on Black women or women of color. So I had to start taking a step back and really like paying attention to myself. And yeah, I was just so consumed in my depression. Like, it got really deep, it got really dark. And not only was I depressed, but like towards coming out the end of it, I realized that I was in a transitional stage, and I was changing and transforming into a new version of myself, and shedding new skin and letting people go and friendships go and setting boundaries. And so that's really what my whole year has been. I mean, the depression started late last year. I usually get seasonal depression, so my seasonal depression started as a routine, but it never went away. And it just turned into a full-blown depressive episode, okay, for many reasons. And it just, from that, it affected many different aspects of my life. It affected me creatively. It affected the creative side of me. It affected the business side of me. It just affected everything. Like, I just did not, could not, would not care about anything, because I was just so consumed in, like, you know, my depression. So yeah, I'm very grateful to still be here. Very grateful to still be here. I don't want to get emotional, child, but yeah, like, I'm happy to still be here. I'm just grateful that like I'm on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, depression is a battle, and it's not just like you wake up one day and you're just like, everything is fine and I'm good. No, it's a battle. Like, I still have like those bad days, but now it's like I'll have a bad day as opposed to having a bad week or a bad 2 weeks consecutively. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm coming out on the other side of it. And the only reason why I'm coming out on the other side of it is because I started to fight back. So I just hope that this video like helps people, because I know that sometimes like the way somebody may look or the way somebody may like present themselves, it's hard for people to believe that they would go through like depression or go through like hard times or bad times. So like, yeah, like, if you know, girl, you know, and I'm here with you, and it's a battle and you have to fight back. Nobody's gonna fight for you. Nobody's gonna come save you. You have to save yourself, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I know sometimes like we want that support, we want somebody to come help us, we want somebody to come save us, but like that's just not always the case. Sometimes we have to help ourselves. So yeah, child, that was a lot, but that's where I've been. That's where I've been. I'm on the other side of it. I'm fighting back. I feel my creative juices flowing, because I couldn't even get into the tutorials. Like, and if you've been following for a while, maybe you've noticed, like, yeah, like yeah, like my tutorials, it don't give like me, like the way I was like doing makeup, it just wasn't giving, like I just wasn't in it. So I've just been giving myself time to just like rest, to get back to me, to get back to a better me, because when it's all said and done, I won't even be me. I'll be like a different version of me. Like I just feel so different. It's like crazy. But yeah, more life updates. I turned 29, so I'm 29 now, y'all. Like, yeah, she's grown. This is my last year. This is my last year in my 20s. Like, I also had the birthday blues, and I didn't realize I had the birthday blues maybe like a week and a half before my birthday. I'm like, girl, you have the birthday blues. That's another thing that's like messing with you too, because I couldn't for the life of me understand like why I was feeling the way I was feeling about my birthday until it finally hit me like, girl, you have the birthday blues. You're turning 29. They tell us that our life is over when we're 30, or you know, they just, society puts so much pressure on women. It just teaches us to believe that like by the time we're at the age of 30, we need certain things. We have to have certain things, and if we don't have certain things, that we need to be in distress. Okay, word to Santana, like we need to be in a frenzy, we need to be in distress. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it was that me feeling like I'm not where I want to be. I don't have some of the things that I, you know, desire. I'm just not where I thought I would be, and it's just like that's what it was. And I just had no desire to do anything for my birthday. I canceled a trip. I had no plans. I had no outfit, child. I ain't hit nobody up about nothing. I did go out for my birthday. One of my best friends took me out, and I had a blast. And probably one of my best birthdays, honestly. But yeah, y'all, I'm 29. I moved back home. As far as my business, I moved my business back home. I left my suite. I ended my lease at my suite and had to dip on niggas. Okay, I had to get on up out of there because the rent was so high, and it's just like my overhead became so much. I don't want to get into it too much because I'm thinking about doing a business series and like do's and don'ts and things like that. But my overhead just became too high between my lease, travel expenses, employees, inventory, supply. Like the overhead was astronomical. Like what I paid in overhead fees this year is like somebody's salary. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a low salary, it's a median salary. So child, I had to go out and bring my business back home. So yeah, I brought my business back home. I closed my store for a little bit. I opened back up for Black Friday. Thank you guys so much for supporting. And like I'll stay open until probably like Christmas, and then just take like a little break for January, which is something that I've done already before. That's just something that I do. Close for January and then open back up in February, because that is my anniversary month for my brand. So yeah, probably should have asked you guys like to ask me questions, because I don't even know like what I want to talk about, like what I really want to get into. Or maybe I don't even want to get into things. I kind of want to like fill things out first, and then you tell me like which I want me to get into. But oh, hold on, so weird. But okay, first of all, shout out to you guys, because I didn't even get to like do what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to take a cute picture with the balloons and everything, like, you know, head ass, like how everybody do. But my channel reached 250,000 subscribers. Like, how do I have a quarter mil people subscribe to my channel? That's crazy to me. Like, that's crazy. And that's why I'm like, I have to do a sit down, because y'all don't even know me. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't know me. Like, I feel like my audience doesn't really know me, and it's just unique because most people who have like an audience, like their audience has an idea of like who they are, and I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about me, my personality, and things like that. So I'm like, let me start poking my head in and talking more, and you know, just doing those things so that you guys like get to know me more. I get to know you guys more, and it's just more of a, you know, just vibes. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys don't know, but I do have my own brand. It's called Glow Up Academy. I'm going to do a whole story of Glow Up Academy and how it even came about, the name and all that other stuff. Like, I think I'm going to do like a different video on that. I don't want to get into it in this video, but yeah, I have my own cosmetic line. Curated the idea between 2016 and 2017 when I was working at Sephora, brought it to life in 2018, and 2019 I launched. So yeah, it's my baby. And I launched my own eyeshadow palette. I launched my own eyeshadow palette earlier this year. This eyeshadow palette was a headache, child. It was such a headache getting it here. But yeah, this is the palette. The design is a varsity jacket because I'm obsessed with like varsity jackets, and I always have been, and I never like really had one. You've probably seen this palette, but yes, 36 eyeshadows. I just needed the palette to just be big, like bigger than a head. But yeah, I launched my own eyeshadow palette, and that was amazing. I can't believe that like I did it. But yeah, a very proud moment. But because I was like so deep in depression, I didn't even get to really like sit in it, like sit in my creation, like sit in like, you did this, like this is yours, like you made this, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even like come and like talk about it with you guys, because this palette is really like a representation of like y'all. I did this with y'all in mind, of course me and mine too, but like I really did this with y'all in mind. And like I wish that I was able to like bring y'all along the journey, along for the journey. But you know, I'll be sure to have y'all for the ride for the next palette that I'm working on. But yeah, make sure y'all check out the varsity palette, because the varsity palette will be on sale for my end of the year sale. All of that information will be available to you, child. You just gotta follow the Instagram page. But yeah, I don't really know what other life updates to give. I just wanted to kind of just like come and like pop my head in so y'all could see me and see I'm alive. I know y'all was gonna beat me up because on my Instagram I told y'all like I had y'all with the hair video, and then I never posted the hair video, but I just wasn't mentally prepared to get on camera. But yeah, I mean, I'm here. I just want to bring new things to my channel, just different things. I don't want to continue. I mean, I will always, let me not say always because I don't know, but I don't want to stop doing the client tutorials or model tutorials. But I do want to bring different things to my channel that like I'm interested in. You know, I've grown as a person, and it's just like different things that I'm into, different things I want to talk about, different things I want to use my platform for, and just different type of content that I want to produce and get out there. If you're interested in seeing anything in particular from me, let me know. I know some of you guys are gonna say like cooking videos, and I'm down for that. I definitely want to do like girl chats and like sit down videos, or like what should be in your kit, or my favorite kit items, my current beauty products, you know, like just different topics and different things, haul videos, stuff that I'm buying, because like I don't post pictures, so y'all don't even see like what I be wearing, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty like fashionable, so but yeah, I guess this is just kind of just like a reintroduction of like me, Kiki. I have to say, if you did start watching me a couple of years ago, you know that like how I feel being like in front of the camera. I'm not really comfortable. I feel like I'm not photogenic. I feel like I don't translate well on camera. I feel like I look funny on camera. Like I just feel like I'm not photogenic. So, and I'm a little awkward, so it's hard for me to like get behind the camera. But I'm just trying to force myself to do things, because I know where I want to be, and it's certain things that I know I have to do to get there. And if it doesn't make you uncomfortable, you may not be doing it right. Uncomfortability, is that the word, child? Being uncomfortable forces you to grow. And like I'm just on this path where I just want to grow and just become a better person. There's a lot of great content out there, y'all. If y'all like are going through things and it's not in your budget to like go and pay a therapist, child, there's help on the internet. So I'll list some things down below. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'll probably post a little message that I put on my story for my birthday, because I feel like if you missed it, it's probably something that you need to see. But yeah, I'm sending you guys peace, love, and light. We are almost in a new year, and baby, we're gonna have to get into some things next year, because I feel like this year for a lot of people was just like joy. The hair tutorial, I hope you guys like this wig, and because I did a poll and I asked you guys like what color I should do next, and clearly y'all want me to do every color of the rainbow. And so I'm just like, dang, like what color am I gonna pick? So I picked the next color. I actually picked the next two colors, but I'm working on the next wig, and I want y'all to guess what color I'm doing. But I'm looking at my nails because I broke two of my nails, child. But yeah, down below, guess what color I'm doing next. It's not ginger, so don't say ginger because it's not ginger. But yeah, anyway, because I feel like I'm about to start rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for stopping by this video. I hope to see you guys again in the next video. I love you guys. Peace, love, light, all that good stuff. Slim waist, big butts, all that for 2022. Everything your heart desires. Bye.